Humphreys with another episode of the Business QuickStart blog. I'm here with Nick Griffiths, who's just hosted the MMxtra here in London, and just catching up with Nick now to hear a little bit about his story. Quite an interesting story actually, having a chat to Nick outside. So just want to, first question to Nick is, what was his sort of route out of employment? How did that work?
Route out of employment, I started myself like a few people as a consultant, and I found myself then going to a large scale event, and I followed my heart, and rather than trying to get to know everyone in the room, I just tried to get to know who the key people were and use that as my doorway into what became an events world. So it was not trying to get to know the masses, but trying to get to know the few and the importance of the few, and then build up a relationship with them, a connection with them, find out what their needs were. I ended up going on to organising an event just for the organisers and using that to build and raise my status and build credibility. So that was my route out. You don't have to have the knowledge, you just have to know the people.
Yeah, fantastic. Quite interesting then. So a little bit similar to mastermind sort of thing. Mastermind groups is, I think, something that Nick's been setting up, and that's what we're actually here at today. So I think that's probably one of Nick's specialisms, and just really, you know, how that happened quite quickly then. But just for people, you know, what was the actual? How could they achieve something? A lot of people might be worried about leaving their jobs or the security of employment, and what advice would you give to them?
First of all, don't leave your job until that second income stream is well and truly set up. I'd say for more than 6 months. Not just I can make it next month, I can make it for an ongoing number of months. Look for people that can provide you with an ongoing source of business, not just a one-off deal. Whether it's property, whether it's the stock market, or whether it's I go and sell widgets. Someone who can provide you with an ongoing source. So if in retail, as I found myself in briefly, if you're looking for someone who's got 30 outlets, that's preferable to someone who's got one. And then you're only going to sell to them 30 times over. So I think it's very much having in mind the multiplication factor. You have only got 24 hours in a day, so has Donald Trump. He makes his work harder, so have you.
Okay, great. Some really good advice there, distilled in that. And I just want to ask Nick really what his vision is now. Talked about leaving that consultancy background, going into bringing these sort of leaders and key individuals together, what his sort of vision is or what his plans are for the future.
I guess in a nutshell, there's a lot of talented people, there's a lot of great products, there's a lot of great services. Most people's preference isn't on the marketing. Mine is. So I mean, like, my goal is to bring that together and to offer my service and my time where perhaps they're weak, or shall I say, they are very much looking for support. They can go off and focus on the delivery, which is what they're great at. I'm looking for partners, always looking for good partners who've got something good to offer. But then from a collaboration point of view is making the most of all those prospects that we generate through the internet, through business cards, that we then, for the most part, don't go and convert into business. By synergising and bringing those together, and that's done through networking and relationships and trust, then there's a lot more business to be had without us all having to go out and get the same contacts and business cards again and again and again. So that would be a future vision, and that could cross any sector.
Fantastic. Very exciting times, and I just want to say a big thanks to Nick for taking time out to share that insight. He's a pretty unique guy really in his approach and what he's up to. Not many guys like him out there, so really appreciate him giving up the time and sharing that with us. And thanks Nick, we'll sign off on that.